Hi there. I so love that jingle. Over the past 21 days, it's really been a big part of my 21-day challenge. And when I took on a 21-day challenge, it was because 21-day challenges were the thing to do during lockdown. I didn't actually foresee it being the challenge that it was. To explain how bad it was, I'm going to spoil you guys with a bit of a bloopers reel within the next week or so. And now that we've come to the end of the challenge, I'm forced to reflect on what the heck was I thinking. And actually, I enjoyed it. I just loved to bits being able to be on Performance Cafe 10 minutes or less every day for the past 21 days. But it wasn't an easy road. I had to learn how to do all of this. I was used to training online, so I was quite used to that, but I had to get my own gear, to get my own lights, I had to rig my own green screen, and that in the middle of lockdown in South Africa, where we could get nothing. So it was a very challenging time to take on a fairly challenging task. But here we are. And I think, humble as I'd like to be, I'm quite proud of where I started and where I am now. And so I've decided that it's time for transformation. And so the 21-day challenge might be over, but Performance Cafe is not. So we will be back in a week or two with a whole new format and some brand new content. And I'm going to run a couple of polls, and I'll hope that you will be contributing to those to help shape what the new Performance Cafe, or shall we call it Performance Cafe 2.0, is going to look like. And to me, there's synchronicity in being able to stop and reflect now. And that is because I think as lockdown lifts, certainly in South Africa and in some other countries as well, now is the time that we start taking a look at transformation. And, you know, there is COVID, there has been a massive impact, but what now? Where do we go? And how do we grow? And how do we get back up on our feet? And I'm always reminded of the story of, and I'm sure every child learns about this at school, that if butterflies are taken out of their pupa before they're ready, then they actually can't fly because their wings are fluid locked. I won't say waterlogged, but fluid locked. So what happens is when this little butterfly is in its cocoon, when it makes the hole and starts coming out, it actually squeezes through a very small little hole, and that helps get rid of all this excess fluid, so that when he gets outside, he can open his wings to the sun, bake dry the last little bit of the fluid, and fly immediately. And so therefore something that is quite ugly turns into something quite beautiful and majestic. And I'm often reminded of the saying that there's no growth in your comfort zone. And I think everyone in the world has now been out of their comfort zone. I know of very few people that haven't been touched by this some way or another. And so I think now's the time to say, if COVID was the caterpillar, what's the butterfly that we want from this? Yes, we've been through the squeeze. Yes, it's been tough, it's been sore, and it's been a really long wait. In South Africa, we're in 5 months of lockdown already, and it's still not ending. And I think for me, one of the biggest ways of opening your wings to the sun, so to speak, is to say, what were the positives from this time? It's so easy for us to only see the negative. And I think part of the reason is that we're almost shy to say that there was something good that came from this, because so many people are suffering, because so many people are battling. It almost feels disloyal. But I think that if we ask people, they'd rather hear the good news story than just hear more bad news stories. So my message to you is, how do you turn your wings to the sun? Take account of the good stuff, the new values, the new processes, the new opportunities that you've seen for your business in this time, and make the most of those to grow and to transform into the next version of the business. Of course, this is me we're talking about, so I also want to ask, what have we seen in lieu of growth with employees, with workforces, with teams and team members? What have they brought to the table that surprised you? What did they know, or what did they learn that you thought, it's absolutely phenomenal? how are you going to use that? How are you going to recognize their work? Because it's very easy. When times are tough, it's so easy to go, oh, well, it was COVID, so we couldn't do anything. So those people who didn't think that way, those people who still went out, did their work, found ways to work around not being able to buy supplies, those who found their way around having to build makeshift solutions for lockdown. What have they learned, and how can you use what they've learned, what you've learned about them, and what you've learned about your business to take it to the next level? So I certainly hope to be doing that in the next week or two. So as I move from the 21-day challenge to hopefully 365 days of fun at the Performance Cafe, I would still request that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, or that if on Facebook, on LinkedIn, you like, you share, and you comment on all of the videos that you have seen. And please, these videos are standalone, so although I make reference to others, you are more than welcome to watch them out of order and just one at a time whenever you have a moment. For those of you who have supported me, thank you so much for your comments, your questions, and for the thoughts that you've helped me come up with around the Performance Cafe and the content in it. I look forward to much more of that kind of interaction. And then I'll see you in a week or so at the Performance Cafe.